Welcome back to the MLG Modern Warfare 2 Online Pro Circuit Live, brought to you by the PlayStation 3. Guys, if you've missed out on earlier part of the broadcast, we got the championship broadcast with our number 2 seed, Art of Execution, going at it with our number 6 seed, Xtravagant. And let me tell you, so far, Xtravagant has continued their dominant reign that they have shown all through the playoff bracket. Right now, they lead the series 2-0 as we're about to go into game number 3, Invasion on Demolition. And Hastro, obviously Xtravagant has been playing at a high level, but what is AOX going to have to do to get back in this game? Because they got to get back in now. They have no time on their side, as it is a best of 5, first to 3 wins.
Yeah, AOX right now is completely against the wall. They have to win 3 maps in a row here in order to even keep this match alive. And after they win those 3 maps, they're going to have to win another 3 to win the championship. And right now, Xtravagant is poised. They have 1 map to win. If they win this Invasion Demolition, they are your Pro Circuit Ladder number 2 champions on the PS3, and they will have completed pretty much the impossible, going through these playoffs without dropping a single map.
Now, let me tell you real quick before we start getting too ahead of ourselves. If you remember last week's broadcast, we had our number 1 seed, Influence, going against Art of Execution. And Influence was actually leading the series 2-0 coming into Game 3, where AOX was able to turn it around, win 3 straight, and that is how they got here. This is a team that got knocked into the losers early on in the playoffs, and they've played with their backs up against the wall the entire time, and they have persevered all the way to the championship. So you got to watch out for these guys. They take a little while to get heated up, but when they do, they are terribly hard to stop. So I am really looking forward to game number 3, Invasion Demolition. And why don't you break down where we're going to see hot spots and what's going to be going down on this map?
Well, like you said, last week we saw AOX just switch in reverse modes. All of a sudden, they were a completely different team in the last 3 games when that kind of propelled them into the championship here. But here on Invasion Demolition, they're really just going to have to outslay Xtravagant completely to have any chance of winning this map. They're really just going to have to put up big numbers on the scoreboard and really get those bomb plants down while they have Xtravagant down and out and respawning back in.
So really quickly to talk about strategy, do you think we're going to see an early bomb site B plant, maybe a rush, or do you think that AOX will probably play the conservative approach on offense, give that A time extension before moving over to B?
You know, I really think that their objective should be fast and furious at B, man. You know, you really have to go after that bomb site if you want to have any chance of kind of winning that offensive round. You really have to attack that early on, and I'm probably going to guess that AOX is going to make that push pretty quick on offense.
All right, well, let's kick it off with Invasion Demolition, game number 3. I'm really pumped. Who do you want to watch? I think you want to keep an eye on Art of Execution this game to see if they're able to bounce back in this?
Yeah, well, why don't we check out Clayster and see how he handles this pressure right now.
All right, well, AOX is our bottom team, so let's switch over to our bottom team, and you want to tune in on the Clayster, so we shall, and let's see if AOX is able to do what they do best and play with their backs up against the wall. I cannot count these guys out after what I saw them do to Influence after being down 0-2. These guys can do anything, and what they're going to have to try to do is beat Xtravagant at their own game, which is playing fast and furious on a little Demolition. So we've got, I think AOX is our top team, so we'll switch it over to them, and we'll put Clayster on the cam. They've got the offensive side right now. As we see, Clayster's hanging around. He catches a stun right there, but no shots fired on him yet. Catches another stun, and looks like Sidrock was able to finally clean him up here. So they're playing an interesting approach here. Sincer's kind of behind enemy lines here. He's going to cover Croster. Looks like Croster's going to try to get that A plant. They're going to get an early time extension, and they're going to just try to battle it out at bomb site B if they get this detonation off here. Remember, it's 40 seconds left here now on the clock. It's going to take 5 seconds to defuse, 5 seconds to plant. And Croster is hanging out in the brush here in a prone position. We got Clayster watching the base. He's in a good side on Riverside Street. And Sincer is in the courtyard here. So they're very well set up to make sure this bomb site A goes off.
Yeah, and you know, that surprises me completely that they actually decided to go for A early on. And you know, it's a strategy that's not terrible, you know.
It's not aggressive, it's more conservative.
It's very conservative. You definitely should take a couple goes at that B site early on, in my opinion. But they kind of went straight for A, trying to get it out of the way and make sure that they at least got one of these off. As hot as Xtravagant is right now, I don't think it's really that bad of an idea.
Yeah, I hear you. I think they probably were maybe a little concerned to take too big of a gamble. That's kind of a high risk, high reward move there going for B, because if you burn too much time not getting B, then you can be put in a position where you're struggling to get A. So they kind of want the conservative approach because they need to get a win on the board. This is the championship. They cannot afford to lose another map here in this match. So they got the, they didn't get it. AOX was not able to get the debt on A, so time is not on their side. 1 minute and 45 seconds left. They're gonna have to get a time extension. Sinster, let's put him on the cam here. He's moving around behind enemy lines, firing some shots, doesn't get a kill on it. He ends up proning in the courtyard and then gets taken out by Xtravagant. So they got an A plan, and now they got to defend it. AOX is hanging out on the bomb. Nice shots to take out Xtravagant, but Big Timer comes up with a knife. Rambo takes out Clayster, and Croster's got to get up there. That was not quick enough communication to get it. Oh, and he was not there to take out Big Timer quick enough as Xtravagant got another defuse. JCap comes up, takes out Croster from behind, and now AOX has got to be feeling a little flustered here.
Yeah, and this is my kind of reasoning to go to B first. You know, you can go A first, but that doesn't mean you're always going to get that detonation off. When you don't, that's the problem here. You know, you don't have very much time. By going to B, you kind of throw the other team off and keep them locked down at B. You make sure that the other team is going to be conscious that you're trying to push B, and then you can kind of switch modes on them. But right here, Xtravagant isn't thrown off at all by AOX. 58 seconds left on the clock, and AOX is really going to have to defend this. Now they got the bomb down, planted, but another 38 seconds here to go before they get that detonation quiz, and they're really going to have to lock this one down.
Placer, a nice play against Rambo there. Played it slow, waited for Rambo to come to him. They're going to move up. Looks like an interesting play. Placer's wrapping around courtyard, going to try to take shots, but Rambo takes him out. They cannot let A get a defuse on here. They cannot let that happen. 18 seconds left on Sinster. Is actually got Marathon Lightweight going up B Street. He's going to try to get a bomb site plant on B, but it's not happening. A gets defused again by Xtravagant, and AOX is continuing to struggle. Although they have 4 plants now on the bomb site, they have not been able to get one off. They set them up and get them planted, but Xtravagant has continued to defuse everything that they're laying down here, and 34 seconds left on the clock. AOX has got to act now or their time is going to be cut short here. And Xtravagant continues to impress the crowds with their play.
Yeah, right now Big Timer has kind of found himself, he's sliding at the scoreboard, 12-4, he is triple positive. Xtravagant is coming in at double positive, he was 10-5 before he just got cleaned up by Clayster. And looks like AOX is really struggling, they're just going after that A site, doesn't look like they're going to get it off right now. They look frustrated.
Oh, absolutely.
Knifing and throwing grenades, ranging around, and they know that they kind of let that one slip away, Fwiz. So right now, going into this next side, they have to win the next 2 rounds.
Yeah, and in fairness, Demolition Invasion on offense is incredibly tough, but they were just not able to capitalize on defending the bomb sites after they had planted. Xtravagant was able to just overwhelm AOX. So now as we switch sides here, AOX has no choice but to lock the defense down like Xtravagant did and push this into an overtime on Demolition.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see what Xtravagant is going to do right here, what their strategy is. Looks like they're kind of scoping it out. They're not really pushing for either side too hard yet. They're kind of just trying to pick off the kills, seeing how aggressive AOX is going to be. And right now, looks like AOX is kind of getting aggressive because Clayster is moving up the River Street. He's in red now, coming up behind somebody, takes some questionable shots, manages to get the kill on Big Timer. So right now, Xtravagant, they're making good pushes.
Yeah, they are. Looks like they're pushing a 2-2 spread, send 2 to B, 2 to A to kind of confuse AOX, keep them separated from one another, and it works out. As you see, JCap got a bomb site plan on A. Let's switch our sides over to Xtravagant. They're our bottom team. Let's tune in. We got Big Timer on the player camera. He's going to get him in a spawn trap here. Takes out Ice Cream, takes him out about base there, and AOX is struggling. They continue to struggle against the dominant Xtravagant force that we've seen. And now JCap goes through alley. He's got Rambo with him too, and I'm wondering if they're going to try to get a bomb site B plant here, which is a smart move. I do like when I see teams hit an A plant, really don't aggressively defend the A plant so that they can get a B bomb plant. I think that's like one of the best strategies to try to get on bomb site B.
Yeah, and you're exactly right there. It looks like what they did there was kind of do the bait and switch with the bomb plant. and right now they're pushing B hard. They have decent position over there. Looks like they all got cleaned up now, and Big Timer's the last one left. So they're kind of stuck in AOX's position that we just saw last round. They're going to have to try and make an A push now, as that is the easier bomb site to get down. Looks like Xtravagant is scoping things out from Mannequin. He gets cleaned up by AOX. AOX is starting to gain a little confidence, it looks like, in their gunplay. It looks like Big Timer's going to try and push up here, get this A bomb plant down.
And he dropped it right there, guys. 5 seconds. It looks like, yep, he pulled it off there on bomb site A. So the bomb is down, the bomb is planted, and AOX is going to have to get a defuse on this as he hangs out right here. Make sure nobody comes down on B Street. He's not with anybody, but nice shot to the courtyard. And although Big Timer saw Clayster first, Clayster was able to get a shot back, then comes in and drop shot Sidrock. So finally, we see AOX has woken up and is playing at the caliber that they have been playing through the bracket. Now the question is if they're going to be able to get a defuse on that bomb. In Sinster, it looks like they should be able to, as they've got Xtravagant, not necessarily in a spawn trap, but they have been taking them out early in the spawn, and we do see indeed Croaster diffuses the bomb for AOX. So now Xtravagant is going to have to continue to get another bomb plant down and get a time extension with 1 minute and 14 seconds left on the clock.
And right now, Sinster is coming up really big for AOX. He's sitting at 17 and 11. He's leading his team right now, kind of on that defensive side. They had a really tough offensive side, but looks like Sinster is really picking his team up right now. AOX is doing a great job of defending that A site and sliding back and forth between the bomb sites. And I think this is going to be great, Wiz, if we can see 1-1 tie here. Maybe AOX can pick it up like they did last week.
And it looks like they have been, Hastro. I think they certainly stepped it up. They weren't happy with their offensive performance. You could tell they really wanted that offensive round win with the style of play, but they've been continuing to stay positive as they've gotten this defensive side. So far, with 30 seconds left, Big Timer is getting a bomb plant right now on him as Sidrock gets taken out. Big Timer is alone on bomb site A, and AOX is converging on bomb site A, and he is just firing sporadically as everybody is all over the place on him. And Sidrock, Rambo are the only two up right now, and they're not close to bomb site A. So AOX is able to get another defuse. We're seeing pretty much a mirrored game right now as we saw what AOX was doing on offense. They were able to get the bomb plants, but Xtravagant was getting the defuses, and that's exactly what we're seeing vice versa on the offensive round. So what this is going to tell me, with 8 seconds left on the clock, Big Timer's going to try to get one more plant here. And he does get it off. Oh, that is huge. I don't know, though. Clayster and Crow take care of business there. Rambo's going to be the only guy on A. Gets a Semtex over there. Is able to take out Sin, defusing. Nice toss by Rambo and a nice kill out of whoever. But so that was huge play on behalf of him. So let's see if AOX is able to get down on that, get a defuse. Because if they do, and they do, so the time is over, guys. AOX was able to win their defensive round. It's tied 1-1. I wonder who's going to get the offensive side here. Ooh,
yeah, right.
Xtravagant's going D.
This is close.
Yeah, so we're seeing Xtravagant play on the defensive side right now. So AOX, they struggled on offense last time. They're going to have to keep this energy blasting right now if they're going to win their offensive side here on Demolition Invasion. I'm sure they weren't happy with that side.
Yeah, no, now AOX is on that other side, Ryan, and you know they really had a dismal performance on that first offensive side. Let's see if they can switch that around here, change it up. This is going to be the deciding round in this Demolition, and remember, if Xtravagant wins, they are going to be your Pro Circuit Ladder #2 champions. Going into Pro Circuit Ladder #3, they're going to have a great position headed into the National Championship live in Dallas.
They're competing on the Pro Circuit online on the PlayStation free of charge so that they can go play in November at MLG Dallas, our national championship. So they're all trying to compete for pro points, which will accumulate after online Pro Circuit #3, and that'll dictate our top 8 seeded teams that will be invited to the national championship. As we see, 1 minute 53 seconds left on the clock, AOX is yet to get a bomb plant down. Let's switch sides and check them out. They're the top team. Let's switch over to them and see, with their backs up against the wall, they played very well. Let's see if they can continue that pattern of play here. With 1 minute and 38 seconds left, they are going to be desperate for a time extension.
Yeah, and right now I'd like to see what Sinster is doing as he's leading his team in the slaying category. Looks like Clayster is pushing up the River Street. He gets cleaned up by Rambo. who has some fast thinking, and it's kind of that situation once more, pushing for A, but Xtravagant is doing a great job of sliding back and forth between these bomb sites. I really haven't seen a good push towards B from AOX yet, so curious what they're doing here.
Yeah, that was funny you said that. I mean, I understood in the first half why they maybe weren't extremely aggressive going for B, but right now, they cannot continue to go to A and set that tone that that's the only place they're going to go to, because we're going to start to see Xtravagant is stacking up at A, and I think this is a perfect time for AOX to capitalize on that, get some guts, and maybe go for a B plant. Sinster takes out Rambo. He's going to have to plop down. Shots coming from the alley. Misses the Semtex over there. Sinster throws one up in the courtyard, throws some stuns over in the alley, tags somebody there, and he gets stunned back as well. Nice shooting while Stun takes out Big Timer, but Sidrock is able to take out Sin, and they do get a bomb down on A, so AOX has got to defend it. They have no choice. The time is ticking, and they're going to have to capitalize on this opportunity to get that 2-minute time extension, Astro.
Yeah, we have 20 seconds left to go on this detonation on the A site. It looks like AOX is doing a good job of kind of holding this down right now. They were delaying Xtravagant. Looks like bomb.
Oh, they're pretty well set up.
Yeah,
Placer
like
did just tag himself with a stun, but it looks like they're going to go ahead and they got the A-bomb off with the time extension. Placer was there to watch it through. Xtravagant couldn't get it, so finally AOX, after playing that sucker about 6 or 7 times throughout this game, were able to get a successful bomb plant, and now we got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock, and now they got to focus on bomb site B, which will be difficult with them with Xtravagant stacked up on defense over by bomb site B.
Yeah, Xtravagant just abandoned ship at about 20 seconds left on that detonation. That's a smart play. They went ahead and set up on B, made sure nothing sneaky was going to happen over there. And right now, it looks like they're controlling that extremely well. They have 2 minutes left to go in this game right now. If they can manage to defend that B site, they're going to do a great job of winning this Pro Circuit Ladder #2 without dropping a map. Like I said, they're going to
That would be one of the most impressive things that we've seen in Call of Duty history. I really think I can say something, that big. I think this is one of the biggest things we have seen if they're able to do that.
Yeah, I mean they've been rocking Final Boss.
Yeah.
Final Boss clan tags and all kinds
it is
sort of
slightly resemblant of the dominant Final Boss team that we did see on Halo. Now, I don't know if we can go that far and compare them quite yet, but I can see the comparisons of that dominant play over all competition. We got 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock. They've got to get on bomb site B. They're outside alley. Clayster, nice shots on Rambo. Takes him out, but he's got to stay in that position. Cannot get taken out. And they got 3 on bomb site B right now. This is looking good for AOX. JCap takes out Clayster, leaves only 2 on bomb. Poor communication because JCap came up to the left. No one looked that way to take him out, but Crows and Alley throwing some stuns. He's got that side cover. Gets a Semtex out there, tries to take one out. 56 seconds left on that. I want to know who's down there. Plant right now. Sinster's got it, gets it off, and now they have got to play some steady D here to win game #3. AOX has completely turned it around on Demolition Invasion.
Yeah, and right now, they're really going to have to lock this down as Placer and Croster are the only ones up. Looks like Croster is the lone man. He gets cleaned up by JCap. Xtravagant is going to get this bomb defusal off. Looks like they're going to have to go at it with a flurry as they only have 50 seconds left on the clock here, Fwiz. I'm going to let you take this play-by-play as this could be our final little call here on Pro Circuit Ladder #2.
All right, fair enough, guys. We got 39 seconds left on the clock. AOX has got to step it up here. Croster's going to cut through alley. He's going to play it a little slow. It looks like they're going to try to make one last push in there, so they're going to get everybody in position. Sinster's wrapping around back by Ice Cream. Takes out Sidrock and JCap. Now he's going to get set up in his spawn so he can take out everybody else. Rambo Sinster, if AOX gets a bomb plan here, Sinster was definitely the guy that made the game changer in the last couple seconds. He is set up, and AOX with 14 seconds left was able to get a bomb site plan off. Sinster's going to hang out Ice Cream here, try to take out anybody that's coming through here. Clayster is over by, where's Clayster? Yeah, he's set up right outside Tank, looking through Ice Cream as Sinster gets taken out. He's going to try to see if he can meet the next force of Xtravagant players there. And nice shooting. Big Timer comes out with a nice slight blind fire there to take out the Sinster. And with 18 seconds left on the clock, nobody for AOX is at bomb site B, although they made a valiant effort, it seems to me, and Xtravagant does Get the bomb defused. 8 seconds left. Nobody is in position for AOX. And I think at this point, it is safe to say that Xtravagant is going to be our online pro circuit #2 champions without ever dropping a game, Hastro.
Amazing.
Words can't even describe what that is like. I mean, this is a very huge accolade on Xtravagant's record book. They were our 2009 Call of Duty 4 national champs, and they have just played dominant like true champions. Guys, we're going to cut to a quick commercial break. Don't miss our post-game show. Got a couple things to talk to you about. We'll be back after this quick commercial.